What's up, everybody? It's your girl Toya Taylor, and I'm back with another video. This is the review of Belle Collective. The title of the episode is Heirs Wars, and this is the second season of episode number 4. So, we go into the episode with Letitia. She done pulled up at Akeisha's building on Ferry Street, and she called to tell her she outside and everything, because Akeisha is about to take Letitia on a tour for Ferry Street. So they walking around and Akeisha letting her know that my uncle and a few other family members, they got a lot of history that happened here on this very street. She pointing out the buildings here and there. This burned down, that, so on and so forth. She got stories for days on Ferry Street, basically. So she letting Letitia know she go way back with Ferry Street. Way, way back. And not only that, she also informed Letitia that the slaves built most of the buildings. I think all of the buildings that is on Ferry Street, they were built by slaves years ago. So it's a lot of history within Ferry Street. And Letitia, she pretty much she already know that. She don't really want to hear it. She done told us in the confessionals that she getting bored. Okay. Just to turn around and tell Akeisha how excited she is to tell Marie about how they gonna upgrade Ferry Street. So Akeisha, she was like, hold your horses on it, because what Marie got to know for? After what she did at the brunch, I don't know if I even want to have anything to do with Marie and her investment. So Letitia was like, oh, okay. And she was like, yeah, we gonna work together first to see how this go before you go and, just start sharing things with outside people. And that's how Akeisha feels. So I don't really understand why she feel that way about Marie, just because Marie walked out of the brunch. She feel like, I guess, that wasn't empowering for women. But it also wasn't empowering for Letitia to walk off from the brunch as well to go chase Marie down and argue in the bathroom with her the whole time when she was supposed to be hosting that brunch. But it didn't change her idea about her and her professionalism and you working with her, doing business with her. It also was not empowering for you to come up in that brunch, Akeisha, with your nose held high, as if you better than somebody. Girl, stop. So, now we see Marie. She pull up at Letitia's empty office to talk to her about the brunch and to let her know that she love what Letitia is doing and she support her in every way, but she no longer wants to attend any future brunches. Okay. In my Marie voice. And so Letitia, she was thrilled about the fact that she didn't want to come to the brunch anymore. She was like, I don't understand. I mean, Letitia wants Marie to take accountability for why the brunch was ruined. Marie don't want to come anymore because she's tired of being the blame for why the brunch is ruined every time. And honestly, I don't blame Marie, because Letitia, clearly you blaming Marie for something that you caused to shatter in your face. Marie didn't cause it to shatter in your face just because she walked out and she didn't want to attend the brunch. You did that. Whenever you chased her down into the bathroom and felt like that was more important than your brunch, that's when it began to not seem so empowering. Let Marie act however she gonna act. This ain't her brunch. This not her event. She's just a guest like everybody else. So no, she's not the reason why your brunch became a shit show. That's your fault. I'm sorry, sis, but I'm gonna call it how it is. So Marie up in there trying to hold her laugh back. I don't see what's so funny, but she don't understand Letitia, and Letitia don't understand her. But yet and still, I feel like it is a good idea for Marie to not attend any more future brunches. Especially if they're not going to be empowering for her anyway. You want her to come and talk to a bunch of women that she don't even like, just to empower them because she's going through a lot. No. Leave Marie alone. Let her go through what she's going through. And let her protect her peace. Hell, however she need to protect it. So anyway, now we see Glenn. He visits Letitia's mom to talk about Letitia. And Letitia's mama was just giving him the real spiel. Basically letting him know, look, the baby, that was a misdemeanor. I mean, no. She said the affair, that was a misdemeanor. But when you had the baby, now that was a felony. So she was like, so that's why it done became worse on you. And, you know, now you gotta basically give her time. Because at this point, like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. She was like, Letitia is the type of woman that don't trust nobody. So you really gonna have to show her. So he feel like he wasting his time because he's been showing her, and it's just not working. So now he feel like he gotta, I guess, work harder and show her, you know, do better. And I'm like, I mean, honestly, it's not about working harder and doing better at showing her. It's honestly her mom. Basically, what her mama said was some real shit. Give her her time. Give her her space. She needs that. She deserves that. Like, you wasn't worrying about going to go talk to Letitia's mama to prevent yourself from cheating when you got bored. So don't come waste her time now just to come, I guess, put a good word on your name to try to get her to get Letitia to come back to you. You weren't thinking about none of that at first. So no, Glenn, we not gonna do that. But anyways, so Letitia mama gave him her best advice, but she also had to remind him, look, Glenn, don't forget, we know that you slick as oil. Okay. It made me think about Mr. Biggs and the Isley Brothers when he said, try to slick a can of oil, who you think you're fooling? Now get up on my face. Busted. Glenn, you busted. Okay. So now Akeisha and Willie, we see them, they sitting down. When they was pulling up, he tripped me out because he was like, see, I'm always doing it right when you're not around, but when you're around, I'm always messing up. That made me laugh because I swear, y'all, I know that feeling. It's like some people, they can just intimidate you just that much to where it seems like you mess up with everything you do whenever they're around. But when you by yourself, it's like you do everything so perfect. But you become a fuck up as soon as they come around. But anyways, so that's how Willie feel about Akeisha. They get in there to sit down and have dinner. And they talk about So Gucci. She said that she's coming to show them a house. And he was like, her name's So Gucci? Now that's so corny. And so they talking about the house and how she don't want no little bitty house, and they leaving New York from leaving I think 1,200 square feet and some more stuff. Either way, they got a big ass house out there in New York. And bottom line is Akeisha is moving back to Mississippi simply because she want to be on the show. Akeisha seen this shit on network, and she said, "Oh hell no!" And I'm out here in the Bronx, being a Michelle to somebody that ain't even being my Obama. I got something for that ass. Wait the next season. She called up Tambra, and she got the link and made her way back to Mississippi, baby. And now she finna make her mark where she's from. That's the attitude that Akeisha done brought to the show. Okay. So at this point, Willie, whether you trying to stay or not, Akeisha is in Mississippi as long as she's on this show. Okay? Baby, Akeisha say, baby, I'm about to come through and do what I gotta do. So, honestly, I don't blame her. I would be right there positioned in Mississippi as well. You can go and go back to the Bronx if that's what you want so badly. But right now, this is where my life is. This is where my life begins. Okay? Because Akeisha looking at it like this. At first, I was just well known in Jackson. Now, I have the opportunity to be well known around the world. So yeah, I don't blame you. Akeisha came to snatch up her clout. So anyways, that's basically what the situation is. But her husband really don't want to move back to, he really don't want to move to Mississippi. He can't picture himself in no Mississippi after he's from New York, and he's been living in New York all of these years. I think she said they've been in New York for 10 years. Well, she's been in New York with him for 10 years. But he's been there all his life. So she's like, we done did that. I did that for you. I need you to do this for me. Get on board. Okay? Ain't no cameras following us around in New York. Okay? This is where it's at right now. This is where we need to be. Akeisha say, look, I done been your Michelle. Now I need you to be my Barack. It was funny. Willie said, all right. I rock you, all right. Lord, they was cute. But all in all, I hope things do work out for them in Mississippi. But Akeisha, you do need to calm down just a little bit and stop acting like you just need a huge mansion to raise 2 kids. Come on now. Like, ain't nothing wrong with, like he said, meeting it in the middle. We ain't got to downsize, but we ain't got to upsize either. Like, we can stick to somewhat the same size house that we just live, or that we still live in. Because from my understanding, they're still in New York. So yeah. And I don't blame him. Like, right now she's just acting really, really spoiled. She's acting like a diva. And I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, especially whenever you're married and you done held this man down, you done had his kids, you done left your hometown just to make him happy. You know, you done did enough sacrificing. So, you know, you got a right to act a little diva-ish at times after you done put in so much work. But at the same time, I mean, like he said, who gonna be footing all this shit? All right then. Well, hush your mouth and let me drive this boat. Anyway, so now we see and by the way, the home that the Gucci girl showed them, it was very beautiful, very nice, very big, nice size. It was nothing to really complain about. But her husband Willie, he ain't with all that right now. Because like he said, his money gonna be footing this. So he want to foot what his pockets can afford. And I don't blame him. Ain't nobody trying to be stuck in debt. So now y'all, we see Essie. She pulled up at Latrice's shop. And she walked in. Now Latrice said she was getting ready to close up for the day. Next thing you know, she smelled a fragrance of white diamonds. Y'all. Not white diamonds, y'all. She said she smelled white diamonds and looked up and seen S with the mess. Latrice had me rolling, y'all. Oh my goodness. She had me rolling. That was a good one. And so Esther, she come through smiling. Y'all, Esther head look like a newborn baby head. Oh my gosh. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. She really do have a newborn baby head. Like, oh wait. She come through smiling. And Latrice, she was like, what brought you through? You need a makeover? I'm like, oh my gosh. The shade begins. So Essie was like, is that shade? Girl. And so Latrice and Essie, they sat down. And Essie was like complimenting her on her hair business and everything. And Latrice was like, well, I'm glad I could be an inspiration to you. And Essie said, actually, you wasn't an inspiration to me. I've been in this journey of cosmetology. I went to cosmetology school just like you. And I have a hairline as well. And Latrice said, well, it ain't goddess. And Essie, y'all, this part right here was a kiki for me. And Essie said, nah, it's Zuri Marie. Not Zuri, it's Zuri Marie. I could not stop laughing, y'all. I had to rewind that part. Essie said, it's Zuri Marie. Baby, she had to make sure she capitalized that. So, after they finished throwing shade back and forth, Essie then asked her straight up. She was like, so, you did throw salt on Marie's name in our business. And just be honest. You did tell some girl asked Latrice, do you still want me to gather information on Marie and Letitia? She was like, no, not Letitia, but still gather what you can on Marie. So Essie asked her, did she say it or not? And Latrice She was honest. With her head held high. She said, yeah, I said it. And they got to talking about that, and Essie, I mean not Essie, but Latrice basically had to let Essie know that, I mean, honestly, Marie is nothing to her. And she was like, how can you sit here and say that a black woman is nothing to you, mean nothing to you? Like, come on now. Let's not turn this into a color issue, Essie, because that's not what this is about. And like Latrice said, look, I'm not saying that she don't mean nothing to me. I'm just saying that, I'm not saying that she doesn't mean anything. I'm saying that she don't mean nothing to me. Like, kudos to everything she got going on, but she's not on my mind. Basically, that's what Latrice is trying to say. She's not important to me. Like, I don't think about her. Who gives a F about the rumors? Like, no one cares about that anymore. She's the only one still thinking about it. She's the only one still holding on to it. She's the only one still seems to be intimidated. Like, what's going on here? That's basically all Latrice is trying to tell Essie. So, Essie, she handled it. I feel like she handled it well. The way she came in there and she sat her down and she came to it straight up. Like, she didn't beat around the bush or nothing. Like, even whenever they was throwing shade at each other, it was fun shade, and it was funny, it was cute, and that was the end of that. You know, it didn't lead to, oh, now Latrice and Essie beefing. Like, it ain't lead to none of that. They hugged, and Latrice said, let me walk you out, since y'all say I'm in the ghetto, so let me hurry up and get you up out of here. Make sure you up out of here secure before it gets dark. Y'all, the shade was real over there. The shade was really real. So now we see Glenn. He takes Letitia out on a date. So Letitia, she showed up in her best dress, okay, with her lace and all black. And Glenn was like, yeah, she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. And she sat down talking about, yeah, you already know this, that gotta remind you of what you missing right here. And I'm thinking in my head, that's cute and all, Letitia, but at the same time, it's not. Because, I mean, that ain't the way to do it. That ain't the way to do it. Don't call it out that you got to remind him of what he missed. And, like, trust me, when you walked in that door, you remind him of what he was missing. When you sat down and treat him as if this is a business date, okay, that's how you do it. That's gonna remind him of what you missing. Okay, don't get into all of these emotions and tears flying over here and snot flying over there. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's not how you show him that you done bossed up and moved on. That's not how you show him that. Of course, I'm sure he still see that you done bossed up, but clearly you haven't moved on. And clearly he know that he can easily get you back in the door. That's why he's talking like he's talking. Talking about, man, bring your ass home, man. Damn, bro. Like, what? Who says that to their wife that they've been separated with and trying to get them to come back? And I mean, I feel where Glenn coming from, where talking about he need his wife to come back because Josh and everything like that, how they son treating the situation. But even though Letitia mama said that their son is actually okay, like, I mean, he been with the other kids, so he really haven't even been thinking about it. And but all in all, Glenn and his father, he never really had a father figure, and he feel like he's following the same footsteps, and he don't want to do that. And I feel where Glenn is coming from, but at the same time, it's not about you right now. Right now, this is about Letitia, her heart, and what she don't want it to go through anymore. So she up there talking about, oh, Glenn, I can't let you play with me no more, Glenn. letting it all hang out right now. Like Glenn had to get up and give her a hug. So Letitia basically what she coming from is she don't trust this dude no more. Like she said, what I need you to know is it's a privilege to be with me. Okay? Period. That's how you do that, Letitia. That's how you do that. But you should have said that and left it at that. Instead of doing all that, breaking out in tears, all this, I can't let you hurt me no more, Glenn. All that. No. That showed that man that you coming back home. You coming back home. Even when he asked you, so you gonna come home with me tonight? And you told him, baby steps, Glenn. Baby steps. While you feeding your face? Yeah. They also told him, you coming back home. So this little facade of playing hard to get is really showing you to be easy to get right now when it come down to Glenn. So, yeah. I just hope everything work out for you. And, I wish y'all nothing but the best if you is going to give him another chance. Because I do feel like he will still be doing what he was doing out there in them streets if he did not get caught. That's just the type of man I see in him. But if you feel like your heart can trust that again, Letitia, go for it. So, that was the end of this episode of Belle Collectives. And y'all can drop down in the comments to let me know what y'all think about this week's episode. And I'll be back with more videos. Until next time, thank y'all for watching. This is your girl, Toya Taylor. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. And also, hit that notification bell button so you know when I come through with more videos. Until next time, I hope y'all have a great night. Peace.